Morning everybody, this is the approach trail to Chimney Pine at Baxter State Park. We are going to do Chimney Pine to Saddleback. My son Keith and I and my son Ben is going Helen, I think it is, to Razor's Edge. I don't feel up to Razor's Edge personally, so I'm taking the easier route. We're going to meet at the top, up on Katahdin. I'll be back. We're up the trail to Chimney Pine. Just looking at the creek that runs next to us. Ben headed up Helen, taking a little water drink and wanted to look at the beautiful creek up here. Say hi, Keith. Our little red squirrel friend was eating a nut and just sitting there on a branch watching us. He went away. Couldn't get the camera out quick enough. The video, it's leveling off as we're still heading up to Chimney Pine, and we got a view of the top of Katahdin somewhere up there. Don't know what exactly I'm looking at from this point. As you got at least 3 peaks up there, I think. I'll be back. We are almost to Chimney Pine Campground. Keith got a second wind and he's flying out of me. I'm having trouble keeping up. As we come out in the clearing up here, I think we're going to get another view of the mountain. That's why I started taping. Chimney Peak is going to be up to the left. Be pretty obvious. I want to say that's the knife edge up in front of me. Or will be, I should say, when I come out of these clearing here. I thought we were going to open up into the clearing, but now we're into a tunnel again. It's cooling off anyway. It feels good up here. It's like really hot before. I'll tape again when I get out of the green tunnel. I made it out of the woods and up to a shelter at the base of the mountain. Ranger station's off that way. Got a little shelter here. So looking this way, I just talked to my son on my 2-meter radio. He's up there. That's Hamlin Mountain. That is Knife's Edge. That is Chimney Peak. Katahdin is up in the middle there. Beautiful day. It's hot out. I'll be back. So this is the basin that the ranger told us about. I believe that is the cathedral, and this is Knife's Edge. My son Ben is up there. He's almost to Baxter. These are the boulders. We heard a big crash about 20 minutes ago, and it sounded like rocks, and my son was up there on the Knife's Edge, and he said he saw a boulder rolling down the mountain. He couldn't get a picture or a video of it because it happened too quick, but that's what we heard. I was telling him it's probably pretty rare to see a boulder actually roll down this mountain. But yeah, it's a beautiful day out here. I'm just going to do a little panoramic of the area. We are not going to try to summit, my son Keith and I. It's getting too late. We're going to wait down by the ranger station for my other son to come down. We're going to hang out here for a while before we go back to the ranger station. We weren't really planning on summiting unless we had a lot of time, and he he being my son that is with me wasn't too crazy about doing it, so I said that's fine. Personally, I almost don't want to summit Katahdin until I do it at the end of the AT. And that's what I told him. I said, don't worry about it. Here he comes. That's Keith coming up with our trekking poles. We put them down to take pictures, and then I walked over here. He's bringing them over to me. All right, I'm going to sign off for now. I'll be back later. My peak identifier to figure out what I'm looking at. It's a little confusing now. Going this way. This is Hamlin. Hamlin. That's the trail up, by the way, if we kept going. That is Baxter. The knobby one right there is Katahdin. This is the nice edge, and that's the chimney. I was looking at it backwards, thinking of it the other way. And this peak here, I didn't really get a name on it. I think it's just like a knob. I don't know if it has a name. It probably does. But it is beautiful. It's a beautiful day. You can hear the birds. It's the light breeze coming up the mountain. He moved into the shadow, but there's a cool butterfly right there, fanning his wings on the trail. Gives you perspective. I'm zoomed in. Heading that way. We're heading down. Heading back down, nearing the end of the trail. We're almost up to Brook Campground. It's Ben in front of me and Keith in front of him. Ben did Katahdin. He saw some thru hikers up there finishing. And he saw some southbounders just leaving. He did a nice edge and all that. And we made the decision on the way down talking. We're going to do the tradition of after you hike Mount Katahdin, you go to the nearest McDonald's, and there is one near here. And then we're going to head partway home and go down to Wells Beach in Maine on the way home. So it's been a good trip. Thanks for watching, everybody. Just walk tall. I thought I'd just show our campsite. We're at Roaring Brook Campground, and we were hiking down the trail. You heard the brook. That's the same brook. And the lean-to is right on the brook. It's a really, really nice place. I filled up with water there this morning before we left and filtered it. There's a couple lean-tos off that way, and our lean-to is here. And there's tent sites on the other side of the loop if you want a tent site. Right up on the other side of the loop, not more than 50 yards, is a privy. It's a decent privy. And of course you got to filter all your old water here. It's no facilities up here. A great place to stay. So thanks for watching. Saying goodbye from Baxter State Park.